What's up guys, this is Sorin and I would like to welcome you to another taming guide here on Sorin Gaming. Today I'm going to show you what I think are two ridiculously easy methods to tame the majestic beasts, which Tyr affectionately has dubbed meow meows, but more refined folk call by their normal name, Managarmrs. Wait, I mean Managarmrs, but really we just call them manas around here. Gear wise, I suggest that you wear flak or riot for this tame. The reason being is that the mana will actually hit the player with their breath when they attack. If all you have is primitive gear, you may even want to bring a couple sets of gear, as high level mana's breath can go through your gear's durability pretty darn fast. For this first method, you will simply need some rare flowers and some flying mount. I personally favor the snow owl, but you could also use an Argy, Terra, or another mana. Now let's quickly discuss some of the pros and cons of a few of the mounts. Snow owls are great because you can use them to heal the mana if you see that it is low HP from attacking other wild creatures as they are like to do. You can also heal them if they are getting bloody from your shooting them with the crossbow. Owls are also nice because you can freeze them in place once you have them in your trap with the door open, and then you can fly out and close the door before the mana escapes. One quick note on trap design, I find that if you drop down some ramps below the top of the door so that it kind of blocks the top, it keeps the manas from jumping out whenever they're in the trap. If that was confusing, you'll see it in the video.
I said that's the funniest thing ever happening. Yeah, and I have a city here. Shoot! He passed out. I shot him again.
As mentioned before, manas will damage the player directly during the tame, so for this reason, owls are also very helpful in keeping your player health full while doing the tame. One issue with kiting manas is that they really like to jump and often leave rendered range as you are trying to kite them to your trap. For this reason, I also find snow owls to be preferable for leading them to your trap, in that you can move a lot more slowly along with them and are much less likely to zone them out while they're following you. Next, manas are great mounts for this activity, as you can cover a lot more ground quickly with them as you are searching for manas in the snow biome. You can also use them to kill any wild dinos that are attacking the manas you want to tame or would otherwise distract them. If you're looking for a high level mana, it will probably also be necessary for you to kill a lot of low level manas, for which really there's nothing better to kill a mana than another mana. Ideally, I like to actually have both a mana and a snow owl with me when hunting and taming manas. I ride on the mana as I go around searching for them and killing low levels, and I keep a cryopod snow owl with me that I can pull out once I find a mana I want to tame. Okay, so once you have located the mana that you want to tame, all you need to do is get an aggro range of it and then eat your rare flowers. If you are on a mana, I sometimes find that it is useful to dismount and get an aggro range of the mana, or even start shooting at it to get its attention. Once you're sure you have aggro, which you'll be able to tell if the mana starts meleeing you, or if when it's in the air it shoots you with its ice beam, it's time to carefully make your way back to your trap, and you want to make sure that you don't zone out the mana as you do this. Once at your trap, I like to just stand in front of the open doors to my trap until the mana lands beside me and starts meleeing me. And if I'm on a small bird, I'll just fly into the trap and get the mana to follow me, or if I'm standing there on foot, I'll just run right in. Once the mana is in, simply close the door and start tranking it. You can use either a crossbow or a trank gun, with the gun being preferable as it has lower damage to torpor ratio, making it much less likely that you'll kill your mana. A lot of traps will have an area where you can stand where the mana can't attack you so that you can shoot it from safety, but honestly I find that if I have on good flak or riot gear, honestly I can just tank the mana's damage and it's not a problem. Again, if you do use a bow and see that your mana is getting bloody, if you have a snow owl, you can simply heal it up to get it back to full health, to make sure it does not die, and I even find that I can usually do this through the walls of a trap without actually having to open the door. These days I mostly keep my snow owl in the trap with the mana, as I found their melee doesn't do that much damage and they really don't spend that much time attacking once in the trap. So this next method is kind of cheap, but works like a charm. If you fly around the snow biome, I'm sure you have noticed that manas love to get glitched, hovering in the air. To tame these, simply fly next to them on a quetzal and knock them out with your trank or darts just as you would if they were in a trap, except they don't move at all. You then just wait for their food to be low enough and you can tame them as if you would any other tame. I will note that for this method, you will want to build a box on the back of your quetzal, because when the mana does wake up, it will continue floating up as, will start floating up into the air and it will burn up, so you can't do that. You want to have a box in the back of your quetzal, so essentially you can trap it when it wakes up and it'll get stuck in your box. From there, you can cryopod it or throw a saddle on it and mount it, which will keep it from floating up. I found that sometimes it floats up to the top of my box such that I can't reach it from inside my trap, so you might want to have a ladder that you can get onto the roof and cryopod it. Also, I can usually fly my quetzal up like I do in this video and just reposition from a position where I can cryopod it. I also want to note that for these floating manas, that if you don't want to use a quetzal and you want to knock them out of the air, you can get them to float back down to the ground by simply attacking them from above with a snow owl, and that will kind of knock them back down to the ground. So once you have a mana either in the air or on the ground knocked out, one of the great things about taming them is that they usually start out with a food value well below low. So your taming timer doesn't end up being nearly as long as what it shows on Dodo decks, and often I find that you can just tame them immediately. Now I know there is a kibble for them, but I find that on 2 times, Mutton does a very decent job of taming them with good efficiency. So what I'll usually do is just bring a sheep and a cryopod to feed it to the mana once it's ready to tame up. I do want to note that you don't want to forget to level up your sheep into max HP before you do slaughter it, as the more HP the sheep has, the more mutton you get. If you do have a low level ovis and you're trying to get the most meat that you can from it, I will note that the Theory is probably the best tool for getting the most mutton from your sheep, and you'll want to level it into power harvesting if that's the case. I've also heard that chainsaws are really great for it. I personally find that a pickaxe, a high level pickaxe, does the job just fine though. One final note is that manas do have very slow torpor drain, so unless you are using something really inefficient like raw meat or something worse, they won't need any narcotics to tame up. Alright, that's about all I know about how to tame manas, but if you guys know a different way to tame them or easier way to tame them, I would love to hear about that in the comments. And we plan to keep making videos, so hope that you'll consider subscribing, as we'd love to share those with you. And yeah, appreciate you taking the time to watch this, and hope you have a wonderful day.